I'm learning every day. You're asking me questions like what it's like to be transgender. It's like, I'll tell you in a year. You know, like, I don't know. I'm still learning all these things all the fucking time. I wish more than anything that I had like some transgender skateboarder who like already did this and like paved the way for me so I could ask them a bunch of fucking questions. But there is none of that, so I guess I'll just take one for the team and like try and be that for kids if I can. The biggest reason I like got back into skateboarding, like before Unity started, before anything, like I didn't even have a skateboard for 10 years. It was all just like my friend Danielle, who like I dated from the 7th grade on and off until we were like 23. And she used to always give me so much shit, just being like, I wish like, because I didn't skate for so long, she'd just be like, I wish you were a skater. Like, remember when you just skated and didn't play music? Because I'd be on tour all the time and she hated me being gone. And I'd be like, no, like I'm done, like no more skateboarding. Like, I don't want to, like I don't even remember how to do it. Like, I don't even have a skateboard. I was like hanging out with like bad kids. Like, I was just like kind of like Darby Crash, like put it in my hand, I'll do it, let's see what happens. By the time I was 17, it's very clear that like, I don't give a fuck about these drugs. Like, I'm trying to go play music and shit. When we were 18 and we moved out here and she had access to all this shit, like acid and stuff, she was like, let's see how many hits of acid, like, because I want to know how crazy you can get. When she got him, she was just like, you could see the change. Basically, I'd go on tour, she'd get all fucked up on drugs. I'd be like, oh, God fucking damn it, you know, like, not again. So I kept taking her to her mom's house, and she'd be fine for a while, and then, like, the same thing would happen. I'd go on tour, she'd get all fucked up on drugs. Like, come home, get her sober. Like, the same thing so many times. But that last time, like, I thought it was her calling me, because we were kind of in, like, a fight. But it was her sister calling me the whole time. And then like when I answered the phone, I was like, hey, what's up? Like, there's this kid who like texted her at like 2 in the morning. Dude comes out, drives from San Francisco, delivers her like a lethal shot of like fentanyl laced like heroin. She goes out on the porch like for 15 minutes. So it's not like she even like hung out with this kid. She just like went outside to get free drugs, went back upstairs and OD'd. She like died in her like childhood room, like in her mom's house, like so bad, so crazy. I don't think I would have bought a skateboard again if things went any differently, really. I just kept thinking about her and was like, she would be stoked if I started skating around again. So I'd just go skate by myself some nights in these like tennis courts behind the park that's really close to my house. I think if she knew about all this now, it would make so much sense to her. She would always just be like, I don't know like what you are. I'd be like, but I love you or whatever. But yes, I'm like curious about these things. I've always felt like I was a female. Like that makes so much sense. Like I don't identify with the boys. My name is Cher Straub. My favorite color has always been pink. I wanted to be in plays. I've always had a high-pitched voice. I want to be fucking doing makeup with the girls. Like, I want to go get ready. Like, getting ready with the girls sounded like, always, like for as long as I can remember, sounds like the best thing in the world to me. My sister was a cheerleader, my older sister, and she would have like sleepovers and shit. I would hang out with all of them and just be like so stoked. I tried to like date boys, but there were no other queer people in my town, you know? So that was also hard. When I was like 16 or 17, I had a bad sexual experience with a boy, and it kind of scarred me for a long time. And like I couldn't talk to anyone about it. I just like suppressed it for years, but it made me very scared of boys. None of these people can help you on your like queer path. I literally did not have queer friends until 2 years ago. I can't believe I just talked while getting ready. I normally listen to records or tapes. Always. When I met May, I feel like I knew she was the one, like from the second I saw her on Instagram, which is like, I know it sounds crazy. So in the grand picture of things, like I'm supposed to like boys. But I'm like, I have the hugest crush on this girl who I've never met before. And I was devastated. I'm like, she probably likes girls, you know, because we all ride for this queer skateboarding company. And then it wasn't until later where someone told me she was trans. And I was like, what's that mean necessarily? And then I found out that like, oh, May's into like guys and girls. And then I was like, whoa, like that's crazy. But I had no idea she was trans. No idea. I just thought she was the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. And slowly she was just like, you know what? I see the way you look at my clothes. She just kind of like asked me if I was. And then I was like, I don't know. And then like a month later, I just like broke down, was like told her like, yes, like I feel all those things. Until I met like May, I had like no idea that I could like do this. And like, you know, the moment I found out, like I was just like, oh, I'm doing this. Like I've been waiting for this my whole fucking life. I always knew I liked boys and girls. That's the most basic way I could say is like there is no difference to me. I'm fully attracted and like emotionally, sexually to like both sides. I just call queer everything, you know, like me, instead of saying like I'm bisexual or something like that. I think queer is just a broader term, I think. I'm not really sure either, you know, I'm learning just as much as everyone else is. And it's not like I like hate straight people. Like so many queer people I meet are like, fuck straight people. It's like, I've never said that. Like, fuck that. Fuck no one. Like, who gives a shit? Like, if you're a good person, you're a good person. I don't care if you're a cis white male. Because I know a ton of wonderful, sweet angels who are cis white males. Like, these people believe in me and like support me and love me for who I am and stuff. So I would be stupid to write off like straight people. I get where these kids are coming from because it's not easy to be queer and grow up, but bashing back in that way is just, to me, it's not the right way. I never thought I would transition in front of the entire fucking internet. That was a task I was literally just trying to tell my friends. Because at the beginning it was really fucked because you feel so much this one person, but everyone in town knows you. Everyone remembers your old bands and stuff like that. I was just like, I'm gonna make this post on Instagram because it was making me cry every day. Like going out and people calling me like Trevor, it would break me down. Like I hate hearing that name so much. That's why I can't see my family. Because if that name gets said 5 times, it just starts setting me back and fucking with everything that I've worked hard to build. When I like talk to my mom about like, stop calling me that, like don't call me that name, she's like, starts crying and she uses the wrong pronouns every time. I feel like she's like losing her baby boy or something like that, and that's heartbreaking. It's like I don't want to do that to anybody, but at the same time I've never been that. That's my worst fear, is like feeling like I'm 2 people, and that's what happens every time I see my family. Like when I was like, Mom, I want to be a skateboarder, she's like, that's great, you're gonna have to work really hard at that. And I was just like, okay. And then like, you know, same thing with my dad. Like, I want to be a musician. He's like, well, like, you're gonna have to get really good at that or whatever, you know? Like, they never said like, you can't do that. That's not a job that makes money, which is like what all of my other friends heard. So I'm hella grateful for that because they didn't shut it down. They just said like, you're gonna have to work really hard at that. But they're just not gonna call me what I want to be called or treat me how I want to be treated. I think it's probably too hard for them. That would make me like break down in tears if my parents called me their daughter, you know? But they just can't do that right now. It might be a little cutthroat, but it's like, I can't see y'all for a while. Just like leave me to like become who I am, and then I will talk to you. I'm learning how to be confident, and I'm like just breaking like my own personal like anxieties. Kids are like looking up to me, and I want to be like a strong person for all these kids. But it's gonna take some time. All right, here we go. Top dog queen, oh so sweet. Top dog queen, 5 days a week. Top dog queen, I'm feeling better. Top dog queen, still in my sweater. Mustard, ketchup, always hoping. Try any flavor that you insist. Top dog queen, oh so sweet. Top dog queen, 5 days a week. Top dog queen, got attitude. Top dog queen, I love you. And that's it.